All right, let's put in spotlight BluSmart then, and they have recently announced that they have tied up with Tata Power for sourcing of green power for their e-vehicle fleet. Tushar Garg is the co-founder and CEO, now joining us on the show. Tushar, thanks so much for taking time out. Just tell us a little bit more about this tie-up with Tata Power. How exactly is it going to work for the fleet?
Sure. So, Avanne, what BluSmart has done with this partnership with Tata Power is we have committed to offtake green power from the Tata Power plant based out of Bikaner. That's a 30 megawatt plant from where we'll be offtaking about 72 million units of clean energy on an yearly basis. What does for BluSmart then is that 100% of the BluSmart fleet will be powered by green energy, essentially meaning that we are up till scope 2 emissions is what we are getting eliminated for us. We are working very aggressively towards decarbonizing mobility at scale, and this has been one of the biggest steps for us that was in the making for a while. BluSmart, as you might have understood, has always been operating EVs in the cities of Delhi, NCR, and Bangalore, which means our vehicles have never polluted in the city that they operated in. But arguably, the energy that was being taken from the grid to power these electric vehicles was still about 60% unclean by virtue of the Indian grid having near about 60% source of generation coming from thermal power. With this partnership with Tata Power, you are now going 100% clean, sourcing 100% renewable green energy, eliminating scope 2 emissions for BluSmart, which means 100% of the BluSmart EV charging operations are now having a green energy as the input for providing to the EVs that operate on the platform.
Sure, you've also raised close to $200 million in funding that includes equity as well as debt. Are there more funding rounds on the anvil?
So, Avanne, we are extremely happy to share that as of last month, we had raised a significant round from Responsibility, which is a Europe-based climate-focused investor. We're extremely proud for an investor of their stature to have green-ticked BluSmart as an investment opportunity for themselves. They are extremely focused on the cause of the planet, and BluSmart is a big play for them to be entering with the ride-hailing business and the EV charging business that BluSmart has. With all of that capital, we are definitely going to be going aggressive with our expansion on the BluSmart EV charging hubs that are going to get built over the course of the next year and beyond. We definitely would be seeking more capital in the times to come. We are by God's grace, we are very well capitalized as we speak. The future expansion and the potential of the business seems to be in very controlled hands. But at the same time, we are warming up the ecosystem with what our future capital requirements can be. And very soon, we hopefully will go on the floor raising more capital.
All right, and what is the kind of fleet target that you have in mind when it comes to the expansion? What is the fleet that you're currently operating with?
So, Avanne, we are looking to be expanding very aggressively over the course of FY25. We currently operate upwards of 6,000 vehicles across two cities, which is Delhi, NCR, and Bangalore. We expect ourselves to stay the largest EV fleet operator through the course of FY25 and beyond as well, which means we will definitely be entering the double-digit thousand numbers and maybe more as well as we proceed through the rest of the course of this year.
Tushar, give us a sense as well as to what the annual run rate is in terms of your revenues, what are your operating revenues, and what kind of projections have you slated?
So as of the Jan 2024, Avanne, we are on a $55 million annual revenue run rate. We are looking to double this in the coming year or so. Which also means by virtue of the business model that we have at BluSmart, every time our top line grows the way it is growing, we are able to bring in leverage on our unit economics, also reducing our pressure on the bottom lines, which means by doubling and moving in the right direction, we are also moving very aggressively on the path to profitability and looking to be operating in a very sustainable fashion when it also comes to the financials of building a business. So that's the journey that BluSmart is on.
Sure, and finally, I believe there are plans to open your own EV charging station?
That's right, Avanne. So essentially, BluSmart, as I shared with you, by virtue of being operating electric vehicles, was always eliminating scope 1 emissions. What is scope 1 emissions? It just means by direct emissions that you have by virtue of operating assets, the ones you have. For us, the assets are called electric vehicles. But those electric vehicles have been having a zero tailpipe emission. By virtue of them being electric vehicles, there is no emissions happening in the cities that these vehicles are being operated in. Now, with us procuring 100% renewable energy by virtue of this partnership, it means under the green open access regulations that the government came out with a couple of years back, and the same getting implemented across all states in the country, we have pioneered by being the first ride-hailing business being run on electric vehicles to source 100% of its energy from a power plant which is running on solar as a renewable energy source. Now, this means even at a scope 2 level, the energy that is being generated to power the BluSmart fleet is being produced in a clean fashion. So not even an ounce of energy that now goes into the BluSmart vehicles will be unclean, helping us eliminate even up to the scope 2 level emissions. And now officially we can say we are an emissions-free company as against just a zero tailpipe emission company. Meaning not only the cities in which we operate, we don't pollute, we don't also pollute at the end of the source of where this energy is being generated.
All right, thanks for that. Let's get a move.